Hiya folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans. And if you would like more cartoon news and shenanigans, please subscribe to the channel right now. Hell yeah. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the day. And I'd just like to thank everyone who's been subscribing recently. We're at 148. Like, I've just been boosting up recently. I think it has a lot to do with the catalog. Like, when you have a big enough catalog, you just start getting views. You just start getting the whole 9 yards, and you can see right here we're going in pretty hard. We're going in pretty hard. So 148 subs. We're at 724 public watch hours. We're definitely going to reach the watch hours very quickly. It's just those subs. So if you guys could give a sub, I'd love to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. That'd be a dream come true. Bless your soul and thank you. Now we got to talk about, what are we talking about? Oh boy. So we actually have comic book news today. So I've been I do, whenever there's a big enough comic book story, I'll do it. It's like I usually cover cartoons. And of course, usually whenever I try and focus this channel on cartoons. So I wanted to, if this is your first video you've seen of mine, I usually focus on cartoons, but sometimes if there's an interesting comic book themed article, I will talk about it, like today, or anime. I have another article lined up for later. It's about anime. So yeah, if you guys like anime and comic books, I sometimes cover them, but I do want to say this is mostly a comic book channel. So what are we in for today, boys? What are we in for today? Oh boy. So let's read the text. So we're on here on boundingintocomics.com. Really great site, by the way. Really great site. I would definitely put that in my most looked at websites here since I found it. So we got an article by John F. Trent. And what do we got? What do we got here? Now you're going to notice this girl. You're going to notice this girl. Tell City Hall fund our schools. Okay. That's just a foreshadowing of what's to come. DC Comics announces their newest Gotham hero, describes them as a social activist. Yes, that's a hero. That's the hero we need, huh, folks? We need a hero that's a social activist. We need a hero funding our schools. Okay, tell City Hall fund our schools. This is what we need. Most people. What do they go to comic book for? What do they go to comic books for? They go for the escapism. The escapism, right? You got to have the escapism. And when you read Superman, you're like, look at this guy. He's this big buff guy. He has superpowers. He has the abs. Maybe if you're not in the best of shape, you'd love to have those juicy abs. You'd love to be the peak manhood, physical manhood. You'd love to have powers. It's kind of like an escape from reality, right? You're reading about this character you'd love to be, and they're super, and they're heroes, and they have fight scenes. They have epic storylines. DC, Comcast, they've got almost $100 billion of debt they're still trying to get rid of. This is what they go for. This social activist. So we're going to read about this. Let's now hold on. So DC Comics announced their newest Gotham hero, Whistle. So her name is Whistle of all the fucking names, right? Whistle. She's blowing the whistle on on all the nefarious things going on in Gotham. Whistle, who is described by author E. Lockhart as a social activist. Now, you're going to be wondering what this YouTube video is doing here. Why would they just randomly plug that? It has nothing to do with anything. So then I clicked it, and now many of you guys already know this. I think I even talked about it a little bit in a video a while back, but I never actually did a video on this. But you go to the YouTube channel. This is what you find on the Bounding in Comics YouTube channel. They talk about how DC Comics Batgirl, a.k.a. Barbara Gordon, joins Gotham's version of Antifa. And this is who are they selling this to? Antifa? You think they're going to buy this? They're not going to buy this. I don't think Antifa is going to buy this, guys. You'd be lucky to see 1% of Antifa buy this. This is crazy. They're going for Antifa. They're going all in on the social warrior, social justice warriors. We got the social activists here. They're going in. They're going in, man. They're going in. They've gone bananas. That's all I can say. They've gone bananas. They don't want your money. They're not gonna, you would think they would have some kind of awesome like fight scenes. You look at like anime. My Hero Academia. They've got the main character Deku. He has all these very powerful punches. All these characters have these cool powers. You wanna read the storyline. Then you go to Western comics and you're like, oh look, Batgirl, the Antifa club over here. We got Batgirl, or was it Batgirl or Batwoman? I don't fucking know. I think it was Batwoman in the Antifa club. We got our social activist Whistle here. Whistle. Not even Whistle Woman, just Whistle. So let's keep reading for the love of God. Whistle will make her debut in an upcoming young adult graphic novel, Whistle, a new Gotham City hero. Right? I don't think they should have done this. I think that if they were going to make a new hero, does she even have a super costume? Is that her costume? She's just in a hoodie. Are you joking? Does she have a superhero suit? Oh boy. Oh boy. Whistle, a new Gotham City hero with illustrations by Manuel Pretiano. Yeah, I think that's like Spanish. That must be Spanish. Okay, so here we go. We got Whistle. There it is. Got a nice little dog there. So what will her powers be? What will her powers be? DC Comics describes the young adult graphic novel as a coming-of-age tale about perseverance, heroism, and finding your voice to make change in your community. Yeah. Because like every superhero comic doesn't do that already, It's like every fucking comic does that already. Like what is this? How is this different? This is oh my god. I don't know what they're trying to do here, guys. They're not trying to make money, that's for certain. However, right off the bat, they detail that Lockhart's vision of Gotham is not the one you might find in other DC comics. Instead, they describe it as a reimagined Gotham. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to top that other book where it was like Batman was like a Chinese or yeah, it was something like that where like all of the main like characters were like Chinese. Like Alfred was like a gay guy and they went everywhere with it. It was like Joker was like some like weird looking guy that I don't even know. Selena was like some kind of like Mexican descent or something, or Latina or whatever. Well, I don't even know. It was crazy. You guys know, what was that? Gotham High. I think that's what it was. Yeah. That book was just, oh boy. I honestly wonder how that book sold. I kind of do. But like, holy shit. I don't know. This one doesn't catch your eye. It looks kind of boring. Let's keep reading. So we're in a reimagined Gotham. This is not the standard Gotham. In this reimagined Gotham City lived 16-year-old Willow Zimmerman, who becomes the superhero Whistle. As her mother struggles with cancer treatments, Zimmerman takes on a number of odd jobs that eventually lead her to a life-altering accident that grants her what DC Comics describes as a sixth sense. So this is her powers here. So she gets into an accident and she gets some kind of like sixth sense. Does that mean she can see ghosts? I don't know. Okay, hold on. They claim that it's not only a blessing but a curse. Okay. So maybe she could see ghosts. I don't know. Oh, are these the ghosts? Is that why they're blue? Hold on. I just realized that all these characters in the back, maybe they're just background characters. Oh yeah, hey, those kids are blue. I don't know. Is that just a stylistic choice, or are those actually ghosts? So she has a sixth sense. They claim is not only a blessing but a curse. Here we have our alleged superhero. Tell City Hall, fund our schools, be the change. Like, guys, this isn't a superhero. This is just an activist. This isn't like, what the fuck. Lockhart, whose real name is Emily Jenkins, discussed the upcoming graphic novel stating, "Whistle is a hero like me." Yeah, this is one of the things you see in a lot of these SJW books. They'll just try and make the character basically exactly like them. Like, you've seen it with like American Chavez, and I think I watched a video. Who was it? Diversity in Comics, your boy Zach, whatever his name is now. I remember he did a video on what was the name? Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen. And the author of Spider-Gwen basically made the book look just like her. So, you know, these people tend to write a whole bunch of shit just like them. And it's like when you're writing a book that's about you, you know, like when you're writing a book like this, you know, you're like catering, thinking that like, oh, people need to read my story, but like, you should be catering to everyone, not trying to make like this selfish book, you know? Like, Whistle is a hero like me. That's not what, like, who the fuck? Imagine if like the writer of Superman said like, Superman is like me. We'd be like, what the fuck? Oh man, this is just, that's a statement right there. Wow. Like you, maybe. Yeah, like you. No, God. No. She's not like me, and I think a lot of viewers would not want to be this person. She's an ordinary person. She's an ordinary person. What? They just said she had superpowers. How the fuck is she in a life-altering accident that grants her what DC Comics describes as a sixth sense? So she has superpowers. How is she an ordinary person? Get the fuck out of here. Who sees what's wrong in her city and feels powerless to right it until she isn't. Of course, you know. Yeah. She goes on to state, Whistle is a social activist, a secular Jewish person, and a teenage girl. And those are the key liberal key points of this book, you know. These are the key points. Who gives a shit about it? Just focus on this. She's a social activist, a secular Jewish person, and a teenage girl, you know? They really want you to know the gender, they want you to know the race, and they want you to know her political leaning. That's all they care about nowadays, guys. So if you were just hoping to get quality from this, I would actually recommend you guys go watch Batman 3, the Three Jokers storyline. Let's actually take a look. Batman 3 Jokers. I really recommend you guys take a look at this. Take a look at this book here, the Three Jokers storyline. It's been really good. Even if you guys don't read the comics themselves, you might want to go to a YouTube channel like Comic Storian or other such channels that talk about them. This storyline is really good. I gotta recommend this book. You guys should go watch. If you're gonna read one story about Gotham, for the love of God, you know, read this. Don't fall into their little social justice woke book here. No, you know, like, I don't think this is gonna sell well. It just looks boring. I don't even know. It's like every hero makes change in their books usually, right? Some of them go a little bit off the rails, but you know, most of the stories, when they do like a kind of villain of the week, they usually make changes in their community and, you know, stop the villain and all that kind of fun jazz. So this book just feels like another dime a dozen. You know, nothing stands out to me. Let's just finish up here. She goes on to state, Whistles. Okay, hold on. So. Teenage girl working to support her mother through sickness. Yeah, so her mom is, you know, the key points again. She's you know, political. You know, she's Jewish. She's teenage girl. So you got the gender, you got the race, you got the mother with the cancer. So there's the sickness. You know, these are key elements that a lot of they really like to virtue signal. It's like, look at our book, we've got all of these things. When really people just want a badass story with cool shit in it. So yeah, guys, I'm not a fan of this, as you can imagine. All elements I haven't seen so much in superhero comics. Yeah. Yeah. Because people want the stories about the superheroes, not the fucking social justice girl who can probably see ghosts or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god! And then you see the related. I already talked about this early in the video. It's like Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, appears to join Gotham's version of Antifa. It's like this is where their mind is, guys. Oh my god! Imagine if they made a movie on this book. Like, oh lord. The story explores the dark, ethically comprised side of superheroes' life, as well as the empowerment, of course. There's the thrill of corruption and the lure of riches on the one hand, versus the activist belief in the rights of her community members on the other side. She added, "Okay, let me tell you how the book's gonna go. She does the right thing, and it's over. That's how it's gonna go." Okay, so we got her being knocked over and being licked by a dog. Okay, DC Comics reveals that they will make it very clear that Willow is a social act. You already did make it very clear. Like, as the detail, when she's not on the streets advocating for her community, she's volunteering at the local pet shelter. They also reveal. See, that's at least good. At least, you know. But again, you're coming here for a superhero. Like what? I guess that's her day job. She's a volunteer at the local pet shelter. I guess, you know. Is that as cool as, you know, Superman being a reporter or you know, Batman being a billionaire? Not as cool, but volunteering is decent. I respect the volunteering. But again, it's like this is a superhero book, you know? This is a superhero book, not a local newspaper telling us about the volunteers in our area. So let's keep going. They also reveal she will have her own sidekick in the form of a stray dog. Okay, so that's that character, and his name is Leibowitz. That follows Zimmerman around, and who she will eventually be able to communicate with. Now it says eventually, so if I had to guess, you know, you guys have seen the movie, The Sixth Sense, where the kid, you know, he could see the dead people. Now it says she'll eventually be able to communicate with the dog. So maybe she either has the power to speak to animals, or the dog is gonna die, and then she could talk to the ghost. Those are my predictions. You know, but in the end, I don't even give a shit. Honestly, I'm not gonna pick this up or read it or anything. hell, this book is so unappealing to me. If I went to the dentist and I fucking saw this book for free, and it was just on the table, and you could just read the entire book before your dentist appointment, I still wouldn't even read the book. Oh my god. So here we go. Not only will Gotham City be reimagined, but DC Comics also reveals that Lockhart will be putting her unique spin on a few iconic characters from Batman's mythos. Let me guess, they all end up gay. Lockhart reveals those characters include Killer Croc, the Riddler, and Poison Ivy. Okay, so at least one of those three is, you know, bisexual or gay. Poison Ivy's kissed men before. Okay. So at least one of those is already bisexual, so she can't do too much damage to Poison Ivy from there on, right? Yeah, they'll probably make like Killer Croc, like in a bestiality or something. no, they'll make him like fall in love with actual crocodiles or something. Oh my god! And the Riddler, what could they do? What was that show? You guys ever see Gotham? They made the Riddler gay with Penguin. That was just so weird, man. She states, Whistle has to ally herself with the best of Gotham's criminal underworld in order to understand the forces that threaten her home neighborhood. DC let me pick from the incredible gallery of Gotham rogues, characters I grew up reading about. It was a thrill to write Killer Croc, the Riddler, and most fun of all, Poison Ivy. Okay, so we have, she's doing some... This is the comic? She's doing housework? Or is this... Oh no, she must be cleaning the pet shelter, right? That must be that. Oh my god, it's like, imagine if they just made a comic where the woman is cleaning. Like what the fuck? So here she's hugging a black guy. Is she black? I don't even know. This definitely looks like a black man here. I honestly can't. She looks white. That's a black kid. So then I don't. She's Jewish. I'm assuming she's white. I don't know. But this guy looks black, and they have the same looking skin color. But maybe it's because there's an orange back. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't even give a shit. Why am I even looking into this? DC Comics explains the Riddler will be Willow's uncle named Edward. Yeah, because the Riddler's name is Edward Nigma. So, yeah. Who she turns to in order to make some extra income in order to help pay for her mother's cancer treatment. Her uncle's jobs include her hosting private poker nights with Gotham's elite and bring her into contact with biologist and teacher Pamela Isley? Is that Pammy Isley? Is that's I know that must be Poison Ivy, right? Pammy Isley. Yeah, that must be Poison Ivy. Yeah, that's going to be Poison Ivy. However, since she's actually working, she's no longer able to spend her time. I always thought Ivy's name wasn't her name like Pamela, or am I wrong on that? I might. It's been a while since I can't remember what was Ivy's name in Gotham. I don't. Shit, it's not coming to me. You guys let me know in the comments, okay? However, she since actually work. Wait, what? However, since she's actually working, she's no longer able to spend her time out on the streets with her activism. Oh, thank God. You might actually get a superhero story. She eventually has an encounter with Killer Croc outside the local synagogue. Yeah, synagogue. That leaves both her and Leibowitz injured. Okay, so this is my theory here, right? Leibowitz dies, she can talk to ghosts, and then she could talk to the dog. After waking up, they both gain the ability to communicate with each other, as well as other unnamed developments. Okay, so maybe she's like Danny Phantom, and she has some kind of ghost power. I don't fucking know. So there she goes. She's cleaning the pet shelter. With the new ability, she kicks her activism into high gear. Oh God. And believes she can really save the world. However, she will be faced with a tough choice when she discovers that her uncle and his friends are actually some of Gotham's biggest criminals. She will have to choose between staying loyal to her uncle, who allowed her to keep her family together, or further embrace her activism. 10,000 million% chance she betrays her uncle and further embraces her activism. Whatever number I just said, double it. That's the percentage that's going to occur. She's absolutely just... Riddler is getting fucked. I don't even need to read the story. I can tell you that it's already going to happen. She's going to further embrace her activism. You just know it. The book will introduce a new neighborhood to Gotham City called Downriver. Okay, that's I like that they expand the lore. You know, it's always great when they expand the lore of like the mythos, but this is something else, man. Artist manual, whatever stated, designing a new character is always a great challenge. This was your go-to though, like. You could have made any new character, and you're like, no, we've got to make an activist with like dog talking powers. This is it right here. This is our character. Oh man, it was always a great challenge. Emily and I had great synergy in bringing Willow and her supporting cast to life. I also loved being able to draw so many dogs. I hope readers enjoyed discovering Gotham City's Downriver, a new neighborhood we created for this book, and its inhabitants, cute dogs included. Okay, so there she goes. There she is with the dog. This story, like every page I've seen of this book, look at the pages we've seen of this. So like, this is a page of her being an activist. Here she is on the ground being licked by the dog. She's cleaning and hugging here. More cleaning with dogs, more hugging, and more dog scenes. Like, are people really going to pay for this? Like, this feels like a lot of pages just like where nothing interesting is happening. Man, I've got to say, I also hope, let's finish up here. I also hope readers enjoy following the adventure of this new heroine, her friends, and the world we created, he added. The graphic novel is expected to hit comic book shelves on May 11th. That's actually my birthday. That's my birthday. Holy shit. I'm turning 28 on that day, May 11th, 2021. It will retail at $16.99. Do you plan on checking out Whistle? Fuck no. So yeah, guys, no, I'm not going to be checking that out. I couldn't give a shit. So that's all I have to say to that. You got to let me know. Are you guys going to buy this on my birthday on May 11th? Are you going to buy this shit? Are you going to avoid it like the plague? What are your thoughts on Batgirl being basically being an Antifa member? What are your thoughts on this? Is this just more left-wing propaganda going bananas? Yeah, so this is pretty crazy. And also, I'm looking at the political election. I don't know who's going to win. Biden and Trump. It looks neck and neck. I don't know, but I'll be keeping an eye on that too. Just wanted to throw it in there because I almost stayed up through the night watching it. I was just kind of excited by it, even though I'm a Canadian. I just thought it was exciting. Anyway, the end of the video. Bye bye. Please subscribe, comment, and the end. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.